up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we got some major news in women's college basketball today. As former Lady Vols star Talaysia Cooper announced that she has transferred to Ole Miss, and Coach Yo has done it again. As last year she brought in Cotie McMahon, and now she brought in Talaysia Cooper, and this is a massive addition for Ole Miss, because Talaysia Cooper is one of the best players in women's college basketball, and I cannot wait to see her and Sarah Chinu on that perimeter. I mean, I think they're going to be one of the best backcourts in women's college basketball next season. But I think, y'all, that this move proves that Ole Miss has become one of the best programs in women's college basketball. And we have to give Coach Yo a lot of credit, because when she got there, I mean, Ole Miss was in shambles. Their women's basketball program had never been great before. They had never even been decent before. So she really had to build this thing from the ground up. And her first couple of years, didn't go according to plan, particularly her second year, as they went 0-16 in SEC play. A lot of people were questioning if she could ever have success, particularly at a school like Ole Miss, at a conference like the SEC, y'all. But then by her fourth year, they made their first NCAA tournament appearance. They really started to establish themselves as being a pretty decent team. Then her next year, that's when they really surprised everyone when they end up defeating Stanford in the second round in the NCAA tournament. That was a massive upset, and I felt like that upset victory against Stanford really catapulted this program, to where they are today. Because after that, y'all, they made a consecutive Sweet 16 appearance in 2024. Obviously, this year, they came up a little bit short of going to the Sweet 16, but as I stated to begin this video, last year she was able to get Cotie McMahon, and we know Cotie McMahon is one of the best players in women's college basketball. And so again, that just goes to show you, where this program is now, y'all, versus where it was when Coach Yo first got there. Because when she first got there, they definitely, were never been able to add a talent like Cotie McMahon, to add a talent like Talaysia Cooper. But because she has built this program into a very respectable program, into, again, a program I think is one of the best programs in women's college basketball, now you can attract elite talent. I think it's very similar to what you've seen happen at Vanderbilt. Early on, the Shea Rouse team at Vanderbilt, they weren't attracting, great players. They weren't attracting elite players. But now, they have players like Aubrey Galvin and Sasha Washington, and obviously, the great Michaela Blake. So even, y'all, if you're at a program that's in a rebuild, if you're able to build that program up in maybe 3 or 4 years, you can start attracting elite level talent to your program, and you can, really start to see instant results. And again, we've seen that happen at Ole Miss. And now, y'all, I think with the addition of Talaysia Cooper, they're going to be even better. I mean, they've been a really good team for the last 3 years, but I think this upcoming season is going to be their best season. Because, again, y'all, Talaysia Cooper is one of the best players in women's college basketball. One of my favorite players in women's college basketball, because she's just an elite two-way player. She's an elite slasher. She has elite athleticism. She's a really good shooter. She's a really good rebounder. She's a solid passer. But I really love her defense and her toughness. I think she's one of the best perimeter defenders in women's college basketball. She is very tenacious. She will challenge you the length of the floor. She has quick hands, has quick feet, really great as a lateral mover. And, y'all, she's just an absolute dog. And I definitely think she's going to fit incredibly well within Ole Miss's program, because we know Coach Yo loves her players to be tough, to be scrappy, to be tenacious. And that is definitely Talaysia Cooper. And again, y'all, now you have her and Sarah Chinu on the perimeter. We know Sarah Chinu is a really good perimeter defender. Talaysia Cooper is a great, perimeter defender. So now you're going to have two of the better perimeter defenders in women's college basketball on your team. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to score, on Ole Miss, y'all. But again, Talaysia Cooper is more than just a defender. I mean, she's an all-around player, and she's going to bring some much-needed scoring to this team, because obviously, since Cotie McMahon, will be declaring for the draft, they're going to need somebody that can fill her void as a scorer. Talaysia Cooper, she can get you 16 to 20 points per game while still being an elite defender, being an elite passer, and an elite rebounder. So I just think, y'all, this was a tremendous addition for Ole Miss. I think they're going to add some more players. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with the center spot, what they're going to do with the small forward spot. But this was a great start to get Talaysia Cooper, because here's the thing, y'all, I know several other teams were interested in her. Also, several other SEC teams I know were interested in her, like Kentucky and LSU. And give Coach Yo a lot of credit. I mean, she was able to out-recruit Kenny Brooks and Kim Mulkey, y'all. And we know Kim Mulkey is one of the greatest coaches in women's college basketball. So, again, that just goes to show you how far Ole Miss has come as a program, because they would have never been able to get a Cotie McMahon. They would have never been able to get a Talaysia Cooper 3 or 4 years ago, but because Coach Yo has built their program into a very good program, now you can attract great players, y'all. And I think as currently constructed, Ole Miss, is still a top 5 team in the SEC. I still think, South Carolina, LSU, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt are better than them, but that could change, y'all, because, again, we're still very early on in this process. I think Coach O and her staff are going to add some more, great players to this team. They could potentially add Audie Crooks or Addie Brown. So let's wait and see what they do. But as currently constructed, I still think they're a top 5 team in the SEC. And I still think they're a top 25 team in the country. And I have high expectations for them, y'all. I mean, they've been to the Sweet 16 a couple of times, but I think this year Coach Yo is ready to compete, for the Elite 8 and Final 4. And I definitely think, y'all, now with the addition of Talaysia Cooper and the other additions that I'm, certain they're going to make, they're going to have a great chance to reach their goal, y'all, which is to really, prove themselves as being a big-time program in women's college basketball. And I just love this fit. Again, Talaysia Cooper is a great player, and she's just going to really fit well the DNA, y'all, that Ole Miss team has. Again, the tough, the tenaciousness, the grittiness, being an absolute dog on both ends of the floor. That is what Talaysia Cooper is. That is what Coach Yo and Ole Miss is all about. And I think this is going to be a perfect marriage for the team and for Talaysia Cooper. So there you have it, man. This was me giving my thoughts about former Lady Vols star Talaysia Cooper transferring to Ole Miss, and why I think this was a home run fit for her and the team. Remember, y'all, laps is a good message. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm in it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.